If you're a true gamer, then you must already know Lords of the Fallen is the best game you've ever played and game of the millennium, right? I mean, look at all these outstanding ratings. Yeah, except it's not, and they couldn't be more wrong. Look, let's be real. Lords on release sucked a bag of hot, deep-fried donkey dogs. For the sake of providing you a genuine and authentic report, I'm willing to black sheep myself with these takes. I'm led with Gamerskeep, and welcome to Rapid Review, where we give you the official review in less than 10 minutes. Now, the developers did something completely unimaginable, the utmost unthinkable. They listened to the community. Blammo! Out emerges this 2.0 fresh update, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. Let's be honest, the original release was a dumpster fire. It was clunky, not smooth, and I just found myself uninterested after only 2 hours in. But the really cool thing here is the developers actually took the time to listen to what people are saying and came out with a completely new update that absolutely reinvented the game. It plays smoother, feels smoother, looks smoother, and the biggest thing here is you can now play with friends for free. It's a rare thing we're seeing here for a developer to do this, and I gotta give it its proper doo-doos. So what they did here is they refined combat and movement, with a lot of it being completely new animations, a dedicated jump button, thank the almighty, UI overhaul, which looks good, mama jama, revamped tutorial, nobody cares about that, quality of life updates, and some other things. But hands down, the biggest and most important part is the free Friends Pass and full shared progression co-op, which lets both players now save all mainline progress and can revive each other. This is where it gets really cool, and this is how it works. One person needs to have the full game, and then your buddy downloads the Friend Pass version, which is free. Did I mention it was free? Both players need to create a character and get to the first bonfire, and then the host with the full game invites the friend, and then y'all slaying freaks on the streets. Now you must be thinking, Led, you're so handsome and courageous, and this game sounds incredible now, but hold your shorts, Buster Brown. That leads us to the
problems.
Before we get into it, be sure to give a like and subscribe so I can feed my 5 wives and 23 children.
Papa, my Camberley is a Ramberley.
Not now, number 17. Papa's working, you scrawny little rascal. When you die, you can't lock on to the enemy, so you're stuck on a fixed position on your friend, which is super annoying. The friend can't enter a boss fight without the host, which created a problem when the host was dead. Only the host can collect special materials, like to upgrade the Sanguinarix, which is the cross you use to heal and revive your friend. However, this can be shared, so it's up to the host to drop those materials for the friend. If you're kind of exploring separate from each other, or I should say individually, it keeps warping the friend back to the host, and the range is pretty short. I'm sure most of these came from a developer decision when they ran into issues, as the co-op system was completely retrofitted and the game was not built with these intentions. So I'll cut it some slack, but it does create a friend on a leash feeling. None of these are game breaking, and honestly, we can deal with them. I mean, the friend's playing for free. But the most painful problem, and honestly pretty unexcusable, is the friend is unable to respec attributes. The host can change anytime, but just know as the friend, your attributes are locked. Now that we have that out of the way, it's time for the categories.
Audio and visuals.
Man, I wish there was music or something. When you're in game, it just feels way too quiet, even with the ambient noises. The tinks are new and cool. They redid the HUD, which feels much cleaner. But I'm not a big fan of the constant dark, dilapidated theme. I mean, it looks good, but it just feels way too constant and lacks diversity. I mean, give me some flavor, you know? None of the areas feel unique or different. They all just kind of blend together.
Gameplay.
You can feel that it was completely redone with the new combat animations and how the combat flows. Before it was super clunky, but honestly that's all been smoothed out. I think the new revive feature is really rad. You use the Sanguinarix to revive each other, which is that cross thingamajigger. Something positive and unique about Lords is the umbral or undead world that is constantly intertwined, and I think that's a cool idea, and they did well on it. But there's always a but. I'm constantly getting lost. Overall, they do a good job, but there's so many paths, and none of them feel distinguished enough to know which one's the main path and the side path. And I'm a bit of a completionist. I like to hit the side paths and then go the main path so I don't miss anything, but the layout just kind of feels confusing. And I'm a man. And I'm a man, so it's not like I'm bad with directions. So layout design team, y'all need to do some more work.
Story.
After eons of tyranny, the demon god Adir was finally overthrown by humanity. Though fear of his terrible power endured. And so was formed the hallowed sentinels, our duty being to stand vigil for signs of his return. Even exile to another realm could not silence the fallen god forever. And in time, Adir's malignant influence pervaded the world once more. In his hunger for vengeance, Adir orchestrated the return of his demonic army. Light was swallowed by shadow, and with it, hope. A new, grim champion arises, the Dark Crusader. And perhaps it will indeed come to pass that only they who shun the light in order to fight the darkness possess the power to defy a god.
Yeah, gonna be honest, without Google, I forgot what the hell I was doing like at least 20 times. All I knew what to do was swing sword, kill stuff, big bonk, lead happy. And that might be because I'm a bit of an ape, but the story really never grabbed my interest. The short of it is, these beacons trapped bad guy, now bad guy free, so time to fix beacons and re-trap bad guy.
Difficulty.
It's way too easy. I mean, you can go in bare knuckle and fist a boss, and he'll drop right down to his knees. Oh, that sounded a little dirty. They never adjusted the boss and mob difficulty, and if you have any Souls experience, you already know how aggro splitting bosses already makes it way easier. But they never touched it. We actually had to handicap ourselves because we were just one-shotting every single boss for at least the first 5. Eventually it leveled out, and it started to get that fun again. But if you level up like you're supposed to, you two are gonna sprint through.
Game length and replay value.
I got mostly good news to report here. So we're about 15 hours in and have only done 2 of the 5 beacons so far. So a playthrough will easily get you a few dozen hours. And they do have us interested to finish the game, but I don't see myself playing it twice. The areas are all way too similar, and so just nothing stands out in my head. It making my brain hurt.
Value for price and where to buy.
To put it bluntly, it's not worth the $60 asking price. However, if you split it with a friend or find it on Game Pass, you bet your little buns it's a good deal. The game definitely has problems. I'm sure I've made that clear, but it is fun and I am enjoying it with my friend. It is available on all platforms except Nintendo, and it's crossplay, so major W.
Would I recommend?
As a single player game, not a chance in Hades. The reality is, I would rather replay a Soulsborne any day of the week. But as a co-op experience, it's got its problems that need ironing out, that need ironing, that need to be ironed. But it's a fun time, and we've continuously been looking forward to completing it. So flip my big boys, they did it. Bros and lady bros, I am so grateful you made it this far. Thank you for giving your time and watching our video. Susan, close us out, sugar.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so Led can feed his poor children. We are building an incredible website at gamerskeep.com, which will be coming out soon, so get ready to be a part of a good time. We will see you beauties in the next video.